So this is the usually Wednesday, but Tuesday live sweat, where we just kind of take a look at the various MLB slates, see who's winning, see who's losing, see what types of plays worked, see what types of plays did not work. Just kind of get up to speed. It looks as though Atlanta is going to bust tonight as chalk. They have one more top of the inning to go to. And we'll figure out what that means in a minute. But we're gonna pull up the various lobbies, and we're going to pull up my lobbies as well, and see what's going on. So Seattle has no runs either. I like them. They're in the bottom of the fourth. They're threatening a little bit. 2 outs. Dylan Moore, leader of the free world, is up 3-1. 2 outs, second and third. Let's see if he can't get something going for the good guys. All right, so he walks. So that could be something. So as I said, Atlanta, they're through they're through the bottom. They're in the bottom of the 8th right now. And they only have 3 runs, so they're probably not going to do it. Baltimore was the team that really did it this time. So a couple of things we're going to do. Again, we're just kind of hanging out. We're going to take a look at the lobbies, both DraftKings and FanDuel. Then we're going to take a look at my tennis thing, because they have this King of the Baseline thing, which they spent like 6 months getting qualifiers for, and they finally got 100. And so they're doing round 1 tomorrow, where they go from 100 down to 50. And I have 3 entries, so I have to figure out how I want to approach it. Whether I want to just play the same entry in 3 entries, or how unique do I want to get. Seattle has the bases loaded with Kate Marlowe coming up. Do not believe that I have Kate Marlowe though, so there's that. So you'll see I have one lineup here that's, we'll forget my lineups for a second. Let's see who's actually doing well here. So the Colts he's not winning. Okay, there's just no way. He's got 164 points with no hitters left, with just Charlie Morton to get his 5 points. So there's 4 points for a win maybe, so he'll 168. Hoop with 7 innings remaining. He's got 155, but he's got some Atlanta swipes. That's what he has left. He has 4 Atlantas. So none of these guys do anything that the Colts is going to hold. The check here, again, he needs the Atlantas. Mr. Good Seats, okay, so he's in business. So he's got, no, that's not true. He's got Dylan Moore, but so he's going to have some swipes to pass him. Then we have another one of Hoop's lineups here, and he had these Houstons, which are really good. This one's in business because he's got Cobb, who not only waits to get the win, but he's also still in the game. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. Some Dodger just made a double, and I have him in one of my lineups. Was it Muncy? I don't like these guys like twerking on the base pass. Anyway, who cares what I like? But this is a good lineup. He, again, is kind of relying on the Atlanta hitters, so we're going to look for the lineup. We're going to look for a lineup that, I'm going to do MMA in a minute, JDW. And of course, I saw these with 14% off. Yeah, that was pretty good that we won out of that. But we'll get back. We're going to do some MMA tonight as well. So this Tinderella, see, I like Tinderella, but he's 16 points away. But at least he's got some 2 unique guys. He's not relying on the Braves. There's a base hit for somebody from the Dodgers to score Muncy, so it's some lefty. I think I have him. I do have a Dodger lineup in the immaculate inning as well. We'll get to that. Oh, that's Peralta? Okay, I have him, so that's a single and RBI. We'll see if that has a chance. And the rest of these are basically all Atlantas. Atlanta. So what I don't look for are stuff like without Atlanta to be contentious, with more Atlantas. And this right here is a perfect example of why playing chalk is very difficult, because everybody's just kind of fighting with the same dudes, you know. Or at least this one's got Caballero. It's a little different, but he's not going to catch the Colts like this. This one, I got to rely on him. Okay, no, bro, he's got Cobb available, but he's covered by Hoops lineup, right? Okay, so Marlowe walks in a run, and which is going to bring up, I believe, the leadoff hitter, who would be Crawford. So we're going to see what happens with that. It's a good call by us about the Dodgers getting Merrill Kelly, huh? That wasn't bad. They put a 5 spot up. Still nobody out in the third inning. Okay, so let's see what this Fadapo has got, because this one. But once again, I mean, it's a lot of Braves. He's got a couple of Oaklands though, so this is interesting. The Noda and Seth Brown. This has a little bit of leverage. All right, so Atlanta's up, and Riley starts off the ninth with a weak ground out. So all these Atlanta lineups are about to go into le garbage. 25, 10, but there's more Atlantas. All these folks with the Atlantas. I wonder if my Seattle's, these guys can get in gear here. I want to see. So like this lineup I have now, this is a stupid Atlanta lineup. But I got some others here. I got some others that are. This is the Atlanta one. Let's look at some of these others that I have. Let's see if this makes a difference. Where's my? I have a Seattle and a Dodger one that I think are alive. Right, Outman with a base hit. Right, so I got to find my Dodger lineup. It's very difficult to find for some reason. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to do. This is how we're going to handle this. We're just going to go here. We're going to go into our lineups page. Caballero. All right, so he's out. Bases loaded. Goes by the boards. We're going to just scroll for Outman because I don't have that many. All right, so it's just the one lineup here. So this is a lineup that I'm going to talk myself into believing has a chance. Okay, even though it doesn't have much yet, it's got all these guys that are still alive, and all no own, like a 47 innings to go, and these guys are all kind of like doing it. You know, it's how like Outman just got. Oh, so Peralta just drove him in. Okay. So, I mean, this has got to get moving a little bit, but at least it's at least it's live. You know, I mean, it's got to get 80 points, but I mean, we've got innings. Remember, each home run can be 16. You get 5 home runs, which is certainly possible. I got everybody in. You know what I mean? That all 8 hitters locked and loaded. So who knows? Here's a base hit. So I don't have Taylor, but this guy on first, maybe home runs. Yeah, he's rounding first. Oh, no, they're going to get him out, aren't they? Nope, he's safe. So it looks as though Outman's going to score. So that's another run, a couple of fantasy points. It's like they got 6 runs. So they're just going to keep on piling on. All right, so Atlanta's about to go down the toilet here. Now, with that said, I mean, there's always a chance that Colorado can go ahead and make it to extra innings. Or you're in the top 5 of the 88? I'll pull that up in a minute. So I'm going to talk myself into believing that this lineup here still has a chance. So we'll just see. First of all, let's watch Rosario make out here. Runner on first, 2 outs. I wonder, if Colorado scores 2 in the bottom of the 9th, then they go to extra innings and Atlanta puts up 12 runs in the 10th. I mean, it's certainly possible. And so runner on third for, it looks like one of the bottom hitters, like, say Vargas or something like that. No, Rojas, right? All right, so this is a Seattle stack. This isn't doing anything. But I don't know. I mean, I didn't say that. Meanwhile, Alex Cobb is just freaking grooving. And Merrill Kelly gets out of the inning. He's not happy about it. So we got 6 runs. So this is the one that I have I don't know. I think I have a shot. I really do. Just because I'm live, you got all these guys I'm in a good spot. Pretty much, at least half of this lineup is low owned. And you think about it, he's not even close to being in the money, but I don't know. What's this one? This guy's pretty good. What does he have? I mean, but he's from Oakland. This one could be good. I like this one. So Atlanta's out. So, well, they're not out. They have to wait to see if Colorado scores 2 and gets Atlanta another inning. That would be very tilting for the people that faded Atlanta, because they have to sweat again. So let's just take another gander at this. So who's the favorite here? Yeah, so Hoop is basically dead. Like, all of these Atlanta lineups are just dead. Well, this one actually could be interesting. So he needs to can he get another 12 fantasy points out of Cobb? I mean, I don't know how many pitches he's thrown. Let's pull this up a second. So Cobb has thrown he's thrown through 5 2. Oh no, let me go over here. 5 2/3? No, 18. It doesn't have his pitch count here. Only 82 pitches. So he can go at least another inning. You can't get a shutout. They're not leaving him in 9, that's for sure. So I don't think it's going to be tough for him he's got to really strike out the side to get there, because he'll get the 4 points for the win, but that still leaves him at 8 points short. So you need like 3 strikeouts to get there if he's only got 1 more inning. So it looks as though Colts is clear of him. This guy's going to have some swipes with Good Seat's going to have some swipes with Dylan Moore. And yeah, so all right, so now they're going to the bottom of the 5th in Seattle. Just trying to see who else has a shot here. I mean, quite honestly, like all these guys. Look, it's Atlanta. Cobb's not enough. All right, so this guy, Bailey. I mean, at least he's, like I said, at least got swipes, and DeJong. So Tinderella is at least live. And bro, again. Okay, so he's got an Arizona guy at least. At least he's got a swipe. And Cobb. So again, he's 146. He's only, 1 2-run homer away with Pham. So that's certainly live. So it's 2-2. Nobody out in the Atlanta game. Oh my God, Diaz just crushed one. Oh no, my God! I thought it was a home run. It went right to the left fielder. So is Kershaw still in the game? Yeah, I guess so. Only 55 pitches. All right, let's take a look and see what the some of these other contests are doing here. This actually I'm kind of embarrassed about, but this thing here, which I hope I don't cash in, but I think I'm going to. Yeah, I played Julio Rodriguez. Was he like a late scratch? Because I've screwed this up before, but he was still 15% owned. So I guess I wasn't the only one to have been surprised by this. Let's see what it says. Oh, he was scratched. Wow, it didn't even. I guess it must have been released after the game locked somehow. That's the only explanation, right? But there's no way. Yeah, I wasn't following when he was actually ruled out, Julio. I did somehow get a notification about about Kirby being out, and I was able to swap him for Steele. Thank God. That's like typical Sheets move, is to not notice that kind of stuff and have like 40% Kirby and have the rest of your lineup just go crazy. All right, so let's pull up. I didn't play the 88, so I'm gonna have to find it. Let's do that. We'll find McCarty in the 88, and we'll just, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go. This is your little trick. You go MLB, then you go view live contests, and then you could go the 88 this way. Batter's eye, 10K for first, and here we go. So McCarty is all right. Let's take a look and see what's up here. I presume neither of these guys. So neither of these have Cobb. So you guys, you got a beat on this situation. Atlanta. This one you just have Cobb, I presume. Okay, so that's good. And you're gonna have to fade this guy who's 1 point. Well, this guy has no Cobb, and he's got nothing but Atlantas. They're gonna be dead in a minute. This guy's got Cobb, but you have him covered. Here's Bro. He's got, again, just Atlanta dudes. This was what this guy. All right, so this guy you have to worry about, the P Cobb, because he's got Teoscar and Flores and Moreno, and he's going to be getting a win with Morton in just a minute. So that guy is going to be a pain in the neck. I'm sure you've been looking at the. You probably look at a lot more than I have. I'm just getting a quick beat on it. All right, 2 outs in Colorado. But this guy, P. Cobb, looks interesting. All right, so Giant Squid's got some swipes on you with Outman. And he's going to get the Morton. And he's got Caballero, so that could be interesting. All right, Atlanta's out. That's it. That game's over. So Morton's going to get his win there. And let me pull these up again. So let's pull the Dodgers up over here. Obviously, I can't show this as like massive copyright infringement, so we're not gonna risk that. Okay, so we're gonna put Seattle over there. I want to get all 3 games up, so at least I can viewing, and then this one. And I'm watching the same commercial for Thrivent Asset Management on all 3 screens. So I guess we got commercials everywhere. All right. So let me look at FanDuel. I think I'm getting crushed on FanDuel. I think I played mostly Atlanta. Let me just see. There's no way I'm doing well on FanDuel. It's not possible. I mean, I'm cashing for some, but it's nothing good. I played 10 lineups in this great Grand Slam thing. Seemed like a good thing to do, but not going to be particularly useful. So looks as though I'm going to lose a little bit there. I'm going to lose a little bit in the NME as well. Okay, so Mookie's up, and the Monsters is totally dead. So Mookie, it's 1-0 on him. Now it's 2-0 on Mookie. Let's see what these are like. Yeah, this is all a disaster. Mookie 2-0. It should be a strike. No, they didn't give it to him. Merrill Kelly not getting the calls today. All right, 3-0 on him. Suarez is up with the guy on first. I don't know who is on first. We'll get there in a minute. Well, Suarez is up. Runner on first, nobody out. And he takes a hanging curveball for a ball. And Mookie just pops it straight up in the air to the catcher. That sucks. All right, so he's out. Suarez 1-1, runner on first. He takes strike 2, 1-2. Freeman's coming up for the Dodgers. I'm going to take a look at the MMA slate. Take an early look here. I mean, not that early. I could probably do the preview tomorrow, but I'm waiting for a replacement fight. Oh, Suarez deep to not deep to center. Totally an illusion. Just kind of a lazy fly, actually. So who's on base? for, oh, I guess it was Crawford who got the first. All right, so Teoscar Hernandez is coming up. He's runner on first, 1 out for him. 2 outs in the Freeman is out, so 2 outs to the Dodgers. Ball 1 there. And Cobb is just mowing them down. There's another strikeout for him. Okay, that's good. And also put some fear of God into the Colts, because I think if Cobb strikes out the side, the Colts catches what's his name in the immaculate inning. That would be pretty tilting. I want to see that actually. I want to just confirm that. So he does have 1 strikeout, or if he does another inning. Let's pull this up again. And so he's going to need another. Can he get there? Ooh, Hernandez gets hit by a pitch. So it's first and second for the Hernandez, for the Seattle Stacks. Those will still remain live. Cal Raleigh, leader of the free world, is coming up. And Cobb goes to 2-2 on De La Cruz. Raleigh takes 0-1. So this is like a legit sweat here. For this strikeout against the side thing, I think. So let's see. It's 2-2. Cobb brings it. Nope. De La Cruz somehow holds off. Cal Raleigh hit through. Oh my God! Cal Raleigh hits into a double play. Must be something wrong with the world. Oh, De La Cruz does not strike out, but he grounds out weakly. But like you said, he might have bought himself another inning because he's got this no hitter going. I mean, he only has 80. Was that 92 pitches? You can tell. I can't read that. It's either 92, 93, or 83. In either case, it's 2 outs. He's facing a lefty. And he's just dealing. Oh, that was kind of a weak pitch. 1-0 here. And then let's get your 88 back up again. I can't. I left that one. Hold on. I gotta pull that up again. Let's get the next commercial. We'll do. I'll pull up some MO. Actually, I'll pull it up in a second. Hold on. View live contests 88. Let's take a look. See, yeah, Cobb. You got to be in first now, right? I presume. Yeah. Okay. So you're in first, but you got to hold off this freaking cavalry here. Well, Morton got the win, so you just got to hold off the 5 point. Well, not even that bad because you still have more points you can get here. So it's 2-1. Cobb, all right, he's missing a little bit. 3-1. Kershaw's back in. He's doing a nice job. Only 64 pitches. It's a great pitch. 3-1. Cobb delivers. Nice pitch. 3-2. And the fans are on their feet in San Francisco. They're on their feet. I think that's 94 pitches, I think. All right, somebody from Arizona just hit a home run. I hope it's not one of those guys that were anti-sweating. Who is this? It is, Corbin Carroll. Okay, I don't think anybody has him that's relevant here. Yeah, it looks as though, well, yeah. Here comes Cobb, delivers, ground ball to first, throws to Cobb, steps on it for the out. He's got, you just can't tell how many pitches he has. No, he's got 99 pitches. I think that's, dude, I think it's going to be it. Even though he's got like the no hitter, I mean, like, what are they going to do? I mean, they're going to really bring him in for, I guess they could. I don't know. I guess they certainly could. It's interesting. All right, so this is the way we look at I'm going to actually do just a quick Ahmed's up. Nothing really important is going on. I'm going to do a quick just kind of, this is boring, but this is what I'm doing for tennis. Okay, so I remember what I have to do is I just need to finish in the top 50 out of 100. So really all I'm going to do is just take the three I have 3 entries. I'm just going to take the 3 highest projected lineups, and this is what they are now, but projections are going to change between now and lock. So I just can't think of any better way to approach it. You know, when let's say you just got to finish in the top 50, I'm just literally going to compile my sheets, run the optimal, and just play the top 3 projecting lineups, I suppose. The only thing I could do is insist on having a couple of min uniques. I could do that. I could reduce risk a little bit that way. But so there's no real secret. Let's do a little. Want to do a little MMA research? And this is exactly what I do, by the way. I've done a little substantive research. Okay, Arizona, fly ball, you're out. But here's like more of the number stuff. Now, there is one fight that was canceled, and they might replace. So you got to keep an eye on that. And that is, there are 2 of them actually. Oh my God, this one's out too? Oh, this is terrible. They have like 9 fights now. What is terrible? 9 fights. Well, you know, I am going to tell you one thing that I'm sure about. And I mean, I don't know why I need to save this for the video, but I'll get to it. But if you're really going to only have 9 fights, it's probably a terrible thing to play the lottery. It's almost impossible. Sorry. To even remotely get unique. So I was kind of hoping that they add some fights here. We'll see. But this is the way I look at it. So like from the bottom up, see Basharat and Rodriguez, and I kind of look at the odds here. You know, he's minus 300. I just want to make sure that there's no line value there. No, I mean 9,200 is pretty much where it's supposed to be. So at 9,200, I mean, he probably needs to have an inside the distance prop of about minus 110 or a lot of takedown upside. Now he does have some takedown upside, so that's something to consider. But take a look and see. And I'll let you know if anything important happens in Arizona. Guy goes to this guy runs second, nothing. 2 outs in San Francisco. Seattle's pitching to Oakland. So yeah, Basharat inside the distance is, he's pretty bad, right? Well, he's a plus 225. So you're really relying on him just getting multiple takedowns, and it's tough. It's a tough call in 9K. I mean, I would consider him not a very good play, actually. But again, it were only a handful of fights. I mean, I don't know what you're going to do here. This Ange Lusa Reese McKee fight, I think this fight's going to deliver. I mean, I watched some tape on both these fighters. I mean, they do not defend themselves. They just come out there freaking swinging, and this fight's gonna deliver pretty hard. So, I presume that this line is not swung, right? I mean, I presume Angelusa with the 180 win odds is probably about 8,600, 8,700. Let's take a look. Where is he? Ooh, base hit for Oakland. Yeah, 8,800, 7,400. It's reasonable. I definitely like both sides of this. I think this fight is going to go off. So unless the inside the distance line is really ridiculously poor. I mean, Lusa plus 180. Boy, oh boy, I was hoping it'd be a little better than that. Fight goes to distance minus 120. I mean, there's no way these guys are making it the distance. There's just no way. So if I'll tell you this, I mean, if this is what the line is, and people are betting on based on this line, this fight could end up going under-owned, I think. Maybe for good reason. I don't know. I don't get this one at all. So I guess this is one place we could probably be different, is to just kind of jam this fight. Oh my God, women's fight here. It's almost like a pick 'em. And let's see the price. I mean, maybe Edwards, you get maybe on Cornolle, you get a little bit of line value, maybe. But you look at the inside the distance prop, I'm sure it's atrocious, right? I mean, plus 400, plus, well, Cornolle plus 185 inside the distance. That's not bad. I've got to say, I'll certainly believe that she's the better play than Edwards. So you combine both a little bit of line value, maybe, with the better inside the distance prop. All right, this could be sort of, I don't know how many people are playing this. So we'll start with something like Cornell, and then let's put somebody in from that loose fight. Put the favorite in for now. All right. We're going to move up the card as far as this listing here goes. So Zara Fairm versus Jacqueline Cavalcante. Huge favorite, probably 9,400 on the board, right? I'm just going to check. Where is she? Yeah, 9,400 on the board, and there's just no way that she's going to have an inside distance prop big enough to justify this. I mean, for 9,400. And I'm keeping an eye on these games. Don't worry. Cobb is back in the game. Strike one. Let's go. Let's go. This is amazing. This is amazing. Yeah, I don't know. Bangalore, I think the Dodgers are kind of, doesn't seem to be doing it. And we got a shot, though. Everybody else is sitting there doing nothing. So Alex Cobb is just dealing. Oh, my God, is he dealing? The Dodgers are running out of innings. They only got 5, 6, 7, basically 4 more innings. I don't know, man. You got to really get their grandparents. You got to get your tushies in gear. And let's see if Seattle can't get anything going here. Are they really leaving Cobb in? They're really doing it, man. Let's go. They're going to let him go for like 150 pitches for a no-hitter? Hey, I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it. I'll give a little play-by-play for here. It's 2-2. Brings it. Strike 3. You're out. Alex Cobb, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Muncy walks. Professional walker. So all of our guys, we got action in all 3 screens here. We got the Dodgers up, we got the Mariners up, and we got Cobb just dealing here. Sean Newcomb in for Oakland. Not to be confused with Barry Zito. We'll get back to the MMA in a second. Weak fly ball. It gets down for the Dodgers. Was that Freeman who made that work? No, Muncy. No, who's number 6? A weak single for somebody for the Dodgers. It looks like Peralta. All right, that's me. We got him. Singles aren't going to do it, but at least it beats being out, right? We got Outman lurking. You gotta get him to do something. But first and second, nobody out. That's certainly worth considering. So it's 1 and 2, 1 out. Seattle gets one. Okay, bouncing ball to the catcher. Catcher throws him out, and Cobb is through 8 2/3. Dude, they're in for it, man. They better let him go for the no-hitter at this point. Oh my God. Jason Hayward just hit a ball like 8 million miles, but it was just a little bit foul. Oh my God. He turned on Merrill Kelly like it was just wow. As Dominic Cizone comes up at 1-0, runner on first. You got action everywhere. You got a Hayward, 0-1, first and second, nobody out. You have Cobb, 8 2/3, pitching to some unfortunate soul, strike 1. And Hayward just hits it, a shallow one. It falls. Bases loaded, nobody out for Outman, who we have. Oh, come on. Can we get one for the good guys? Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no spoiling it, Pingalore. I know you get the live feed, but I don't. You gotta let me do this. I'm gonna do this, even if I'm a little bit behind. All right, so I had to refresh a little bit, but at least now I have Outman up at least. So Outman's up. Kelly looks. He delivers. Ball 1. Cobb 1 and 2. Ball 2. Cinzone just kind of got owned a little bit. He got struck out. 2-0 to Outman. Oh my God, this is your pitch, buddy. Come on, one time. Oh, it's not going to be deep enough. Oh, you get the sack fly though, but that sucks. No sack fly. Oh my God, you suck. I mean, this guy scored, but Peralta got out going to third. And it looks as though Cobb got out of the inning. Oh, that's a terrible, terrible thing that happened at Dodger Stadium. So first of all, I mean, just no hustle. Freaking Peralta. You stink. Now Dylan Moore hits into a double play. Just crushing. Just getting he did not get tagged, by the way. I don't think he got tagged. We're gonna see a replay of this one. Let's see this. Peralta, nah, he got tagged. I think he got tagged. So now the Rojas, who I don't have, is going to come up and probably get a home run now. So Dylan Moore, they're challenging over there. That Dodger thing was a horror show. Yeah, big catch for Alex Cobb. All right, so we got to pull up. We'll get back to the MMA. I'll use a different. I'll go to a different screen to pull up the McCarty thing again. Mariners are challenging. So let's pull this up again here. Where is this live? MLB. View live. Yeah, I didn't play the 88, Bobby, so it's like a little annoying. have to pull this up like this. But okay, so this. Oh my God! Oh, bro, with just all the Dodgers, you are so dead. Like Chris Taylor, that drops. Yeah, bro is gonna just gonna chew you up and spit you out here. Sorry about that. Maybe hold on for a second though. And so I guess they ruled what's his name safe more. So it's runner on first. Cade Marlowe. Do we get a stolen base out of this? Oh my God! Oh, bro is like to just destroy people here with this lineup. And there's force out. So Dodgers go. They have 7 runs, but it's just not the guys that I need. It's just not my guys. And we'll pull it up, but let me just see. I mean, again, this is just. I gotta do it this way. Do I gotta go? Hold on. Pull my Outman lineup up. I only have like one Outman lineup. So this is what I have. I mean, I just have all these guys are still in, but they just can't just put anything together. You know, just we're rather unfortunate. So we'll sweat this. We'll sweat this no hitter as well. And Cade Marlowe strikes out. Another horror show. All right. So going back to what I was talking about, the MMA. Talking about Cavalcante at 9,400. She's not going to have the good enough inside the distance prop. There's just no way. I mean, at best, they'll give her a minus 110. That's just at 9,400. That's not going to be that great. So probably not going to want to play her. This Loughran is out. Morgan Charrier against Zucchini, another one that's like probably 9,300 or so. Take a look at it. 9,100 is pretty reasonable actually for those win odds. So is it possible we get a minus 110? I believe so. I believe we can get that. Yeah, minus 110. All right, that's good enough. So certainly prefer Charrier to that woman fighter from before. Move up the card here. Gomes is canceled for now. You have Volkan Oezdemir versus Bogdan Guskov, and this is again at minus 180. We have a walk at Cincinnati. Then we're expecting about an $8,800 fighter out of Oezdemir, or 8,700, and you're getting 86. You're a little bit of line value, and I think his inside the distance line wasn't bad. If I recall, yeah, his inside the distance line at minus 105 at 8,600. That's sort of elite. I mean, this is a very, very strong play. And then Benoit Saint-Denis versus Thiago Moises. This is, we got to run the score out of San Francisco. This is, that's right. We keep forgetting that we have to anti-sweat Flores, right, for the smart cardie. We'll pull that up in a minute. Don't worry, anything important happens in the baseball. So this line's going to keep steaming. I think by the end of the week, I think Saint-Denis is going to have probably some line value here. Everybody loves playing him. So like right now, he's minus 140 or so, counting for big. So he should probably be about 8,500. He's what is he? 8,500. He's going to be extremely popular. I mean, everybody's going to play him. I mean, he's just coming off a big first round knockout as an underdog. He's just got all kinds of just aggression and stuff, and people love playing him. He's going to be insanely popular, and maybe for good reason. Let's start with his inside the distance line. It's like plus 115, which is pretty good for that price. But not only that, but he's got takedown upside, high pace. I mean, this is just, extremely strong, to say the least. And on the other side of it, I mean, Moises, I guess, is going to put up some good leverage. Okay, you have to anti-sweat Fam. That's good. Fam rounds out. I know that one of McCarty's nemesis had Fam. Moises inside the distance plus 325 is just not going to be good enough. So it's either Santini as chalk or nothing. Manuel Figueroa versus Rose Namajunas. Now I think Rose Namajunas is going to be a pretty popular underdog here. I mean, she's got name value. She probably is a good looking underdog. So, she's plus 150 or so. And you look at the price, 7,300. This is a extremely strong play. Now, I don't know how much upside there is. It's a fight that's going to be, pretty conservative. I think it's going to be pretty conservative, I suppose. The inside the distance line, you have Figueroa inside this plus 275. Namajunas plus 375. It's not great. But remember, when you're dealing with a 9 or 10 fight slate, it's not as important to get this huge ceiling. So I think Namajunas just makes sense as a really, really good underdog. I think that so much so that Figueroa is going to end up being a pretty cool leverage play in GPPs. And then, so here's the deal. And for those of you that are just watching baseball and don't really follow MMA, this is if you want to really know how to play MMA, this fight is the perfect example of that. I did a card back in March that was very similar to this. That was when Peter Yan was against Merab Dvalishvili in the main event. And I spent about 15 to 20 minutes on that one fight, just essentially explaining why you're probably just supposed to go all in on Merab. And he ended up scoring one of the top. Forget that he ended up scoring one of the top scorers in the history of MMA. It was just, even if he had lost, it still would have been the right thing to do. And this is the reason why. Right? So it's the same fight. It's not exactly the same because the skill level is a little different, but you have a clear matchup of striker versus grappler in Yan versus Spivak. And the thing is that you have to think about these things in terms of full win condition. If Spivak wins, okay, the only way that he is going to win, now I don't say only, it was almost a base hit for Arizona, is his path to victory includes a combination of takedowns and finishing. Okay, he's not winning a decision and he's not winning a striking battle. Okay, and here's the really important thing you have to remember about DFS is that you don't want to debate whether he's going to win or not. Okay, you could argue till you're blue in the face that he's not going to be able to get the takedowns, that Cyril Gane is that much better on the feet, and you'd be right, okay? But yet still, the price is priced such that 40% of the time he's going to win, right? And 40% of the time in this particular situation, he's going to win and he's going to be on the optimal. It's just almost impossible for his path to victory to not accompany a trip to the optimal lineup, as opposed to Gane, who can win and not be in the optimal. He can win a decision. He can get a third round KO and not make the optimal. So this is a situation where, listen, I know you're not going to like it, but you're really supposed to go all in on Spivak. Okay, even though he's a 2-1, he's only going to win the fight 40% of the time. When you plot when you plot, say the 50 top scorers, you run this fight infinity times, and then you just plot the top 50 scorers. I would say 40 of them are Spivak scorers. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say 40 of them, maybe 30 of them are Spivak scorers, and those are all in the optimal. because he's only 60, he's only 7,400 or something like that. So I'm going to give you, because you're here, and we're going to kill a little bit of time before Cobb comes out to the mound, and we'll sweat that one home. Here's a nice little idea for you guys. This is legit, like, advanced shit. Okay. What I would recommend, and this is what I'm doing, especially if you're MMEing, is you do this. Okay, let me pull this up here again. You see that you have Gone is 8,700, Spivak is 7,500. What you should do, and what I'm going to do, is I would play 50% or some percent. Let's just say 50% of my lineups with Spivak, just like my favorite, my favorite 50% of Spivak lineups, my favorite ones. Then the next thing I would do is I would play my favorite 50 Gone lineups. Okay? So I rebuild with all my other things and play Gone, and then swap Gone out for Spivak. Okay? What it's essentially doing is setting another rule to leave 1,200 on the table in Spivak lineups. And the reason that we do that is that there's a lot of people that are going to be playing, that play using the optimizers, and they're going to put these lineups together, and when they have $1,200 left in the last spot, the computer is just going to give them Gone, and instead of Spivak. And probably for good reason, because listen, this median projection is going to be higher. So what you're going to get when you play that way is a very unique set of lineups, okay? Because it's very difficult for people that play multiple lineups to get there unless they do it on purpose, okay? Because if Gone is going to project as like the top median projection on the slate, or at least one of them, and if you have 1,200 left in your build, the optimizer is going to give that to you. So that's what I would suggest. Depending on how many lineups you play, is you either do one of two things. You either set a rule for a certain amount of lineups to leave 1,200 on the table and lock in Spivak, or the opposite, or play your favorite Gone lineups and then just swap him out for Spivak. Okay. I think that that's a pretty, one might consider it basic, one might consider it advanced, or whatever it is. But yeah. And the thing is that to your point, JDW, he does have a good inside the distance line at minus 130. But remember that the inside the distance line for him, it's spread out also across different rounds, right? If he knocks him out in the first round, that's good enough, right? If he gets a knockout in the second round, that might not be good enough. I mean, it could be, but it might not be. And if he gets a knockout in the third round, I don't know if that's going to be enough. And when you factor in that he's going to be 50% owned, you know what I mean? Like, I'll put it to you another way. If you play Gone, I mean, you better play. I mean, who are you going to play? Like, if you're going to play Gone in a lineup, you're going to have to play stuff like like Farn, like Zucchini, something like that. I mean, you can't play like any Lusa, Ozdemir. You certainly can't play Santini. If you play Santini, Rose, and Gone, ooh, there's a home run for somebody. Dodgers home run. Any chance I have this guy, wherever it is? It's Mookie. All right. We've heard of him. Oh, wait, what is going on here? So Cobb, did he give up a hit or he gave up a walk? I thought he gave up a walk, right? Otherwise he wouldn't be in the game. All right, so 1-1. I have 1-1. I'm sure everybody's ahead of me, but I had 1-1 and 1 out. I'm sure they probably went to ESPN there. carrying it live, ruining my live sweat. But whatever. I'm going to watch it myself. Oh, yeah, they have him right up here. Okay. And there's a base hit. I think. Is that a base hit? No, it looks like, it looked like a base hit. Wow. Well, that's crazy. I thought that was fair. Uh-oh. That is, nope, that's not going to make it. He's out. 2 outs. Okay, 2 outs for Cobb, and that's a home run for Betts. I got to pull these lineups out in a second. So I'll go back to MMA in a second. Oh my God, Suarez can't do anything today. It's not Seattle's day. It's basically not my day today. But we'll see. We'll see the Dodgers. See what they can do here. It's the 6th. I mean, they have 2 more innings. All right, strike 1 for Cobb. Runner on second. 2 outs. Spencer Steer is going to be the one to ruin people's lives. Let's see, 0-1. There it is. Nope. That'll do it. It's just amazing how that happens. He gives up the no-hitter and the shutout in one fell swoop. And there it is. Nothing to see here. He is not happy. And they're going to pull him. They're not going to give him a good complete game either, huh? Wait, Will Smith with a home run. I don't have him either. All these Dodgers, you had to have the right ones. I didn't play enough lineups. I just played the one. Dude, but one thing you were right about, Bobby, they're letting Merrill Kelly in to take his punishment. Oh no, this is it. He's out already. Oh, I thought they were going to let him pitch his 9, his 100. So no complete game either. All right, so we're going to take a look at the lobbies here. Another home run? Can't keep track of all these home runs for the Dodgers. All I know is these are guys that I don't have. So this lineup isn't going to work because whatever, but this doesn't have Spivak in it, so I could just literally just do this. This lineup is actually too easy. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to have this. This lineup, I would say in the lot, this is like a tremendous. I mean, like legit. Like 3 max cash, something like that lineup. I got to do a little more work on this Charrier character, whatever. But I mean, this is insane. This is really good. So what this means is this is going to be duped like 100 ways from Sunday. So what you could do, like instead of Lusa, you could play like McKee out of the same fight. And you know what's cool about this one? Like this, it does the aforementioned $1,200 left on the table plus with Spivak. Pretty cool, right? And then you could even, you want to pay up for the other, the Cavalcante or whatever. And I hope that, I'll tell you this, if Lofgren gets I don't know who pulled out here, but if Lofgren gets another opponent, I mean, he's going to be sort of the nuts. All right, so let's pull up some of these. I can't believe this. Mookie did get this, but still not going to be able to get there with this lineup. Let's just take a look. I mean, I just can't get there. I need 45 more points, and nobody seems to be able to do anything. Let's see what this is like. Did the Colts, can you hang on? No, there's no way. Yeah, no, the Mish is coming for him. There it is. I need your lunch money's coming for him. They're all coming for the Colts. All the Dodgers. They're all coming for him. Yeah, the Mish is sitting there like a Duke. Well, he didn't even get the Cobb win yet. Yeah, so he's officially dead. I'll tell you what, this is it's pretty hurtful for Cobb to only get 34. You know what I mean? Like it's just like one more out, and it was going to be, what do you get? What do you get for the complete game shutout, the no hitter, the lack of a run? You know what I mean? Like how much did that last hit cost him? Like, the game, the complete game. I didn't see that. Oh shoot. Okay, so at least got the complete game. So you got 39. I think that one run cost him 42 plus the shutout plus the no hitter. I think. I guess they're allowed to. Oh, Lofgren is fighting Gomis? Is that what's happening? You sure about that? I mean, that would make sense. I mean, to actually, because both of their opponents pulled out, but I don't know about that. If you say so. Oh no, Lofgren is not fighting. I think Lofgren got pulled out. They're gonna run this one. Is that what they're saying? Lofgren against Lapidus. Let me see. Okay. Well, if that's the case, then you have. Okay, so here we go. So let's take a look at this then. So Lawford 9,300, he's now unplayable, right? And what are you going to get on? And Giannis is fighting Gomis. Oh, that was smart. Okay, that's fine. So essentially, Giannis is going to be a lock, right? At 6,900. What's the line on Giannis against Gomis? Let's see. Gomis is minus 275. Okay, so he's not going to be minus 275. That's kind of a ridiculous price, but nonetheless, okay, this is going to be fun now. So if Gomis is minus 375 at 8,400. So he's going to be a lock. So Gomis at 8,400, who is now in a new fight at minus 275. So this is going to be an interesting one, JDW. So he's going to be. This is going to turn into a good slate because he's going to be a lock on the money line, but he doesn't finish anybody. Like Gomis, you watch when the inside the distance line comes out, it's going to be a really funny line because he really just stays at range and he's kind of a striker or whatever, and he is not. He's going to be 8,400, so he's going to have all kinds of money line value, but he's not going to have a lot of finishing upside, I don't believe. And then the Giannis. All right, he's exactly probably where he's supposed to be at 6,900. And then the Lapidus, what's his price? Do we have to get him a price? Yeah, he's got to actually be given a price. All right, so you know what? They saved the card. I like it. So Lofgren's going to be unplayable. Although Lofgren is a freaking madman. I mean, I will say this, that He's a small underdog. You just can't bet him at 93. You can't play him 9,300 if he's a small underdog. It's not going to happen. So this is going to be fun, but I really do believe that that you're supposed to lock in Spivak. That's just my opinion. Yeah, Phil, I agree with you. He just I don't know if he's going to win. I just know that I watched a couple of his fights too, and he takes a lot of abuse, and he digs and he dishes it out too. You know what I mean? Like he's got a lot of energy. He keeps on coming, and what's his name? Luce. He also, man. He went. Dude, watch back that fight if you could against AJ Fletcher. That thing was a freaking war. That was fought at Elevation at Salt Lake City, and these two, like him and Fletcher, just went they killed each other. And then finally in the third round, like they both almost like died of exhaustion. But it wasn't until like middle of that third round. I mean, that was a pretty impressive. That was pretty impressive by Luce to fight off all that stuff and keep on going. So that's gonna have a lot of action. The only thing that I might disagree with you, JDW, again, it depends on where these money line things come out. Like if I'm wrong, and let's say that Gomis is like turns out that he has a really good inside the distance line as well, which I don't think he will. I mean, this is going to be like a big time, jam. People are going to play this all day long. But I think, listen, but I think Saint-Denis, he's going to be really popular. This I can't wait to do the betting breakdown because there's stuff I already know I'm going to do. Here's what you guys I want you to do for those of you to follow MMA. All the different podcasts you go to, try to find me anybody that takes the other side of this fight. That takes Moises. You're going to find like this guy's like a minus 150, and you're going to see maybe like 30-1 or 30-0 that people are playing Saint-Denis. And that is even including the minus 150. You know what I mean? So I promise you that I'm going to be taking Moises in the betting. But in DFS, I mean, this is, Saint-Denis is obviously the one with the upside here. But yeah, I agree with you, JDW. I totally agree with you. It's gonna be a funny situation. I think that when people run optimals, they're just gonna get to him. They're just going to. So I think he's gonna be probably over-owned. Yeah, good. Yeah, JDW, you just let me know. You posted here any link to anybody, and there's nobody watches more MMA stuff than I do. I mean, like it's ridiculous. It's like 7. It's gonna be like 20-1 people that pick Saint-Denis. I just know it. Between the fact that Moises just like hasn't really done much, and the fact that Saint-Denis is just coming off the first round thing, it's in France, the whole thing. I mean, you would think he's minus 500. So I don't know. But in DFS, he is probably going to be the dude with the upside. I mean, between the inside the distance line and the wrestling, I mean, it's a tough fade in DFS. But in betting, I promise you, I'm taking Moises 100%. All right, let's get these up here again. Okay, so the Colts just got swarmed. Let me see what my stupid lineups look like now. God dang it. So the Dodgers are up again? We up again? Hold on a minute. Let's see. Yeah, today's the one day that Seattle did not seem to get it done. Oh, here, you know what else is cool? I'm going to the so for those of you that didn't hear, I'm going to be playing my 3 lineups in the King of the Baseline qualifier tomorrow. I'm just going to basically run the 3 optimals, and either my only differentiator I might make is instead of just playing the 3 top optimals, I'll just make sure that I have like min unique 2 or 3 or something like that, just to reduce risk a little bit. And And the other thing that's cool is I'm actually going on Thursday to the U.S. Open. So that'll be fun. All right, so top 7th. All right, so let's just see what's going on with some of these contests. Yeah, let's pull up this. I presume it's smart that SM Carney, they got you. I'm just going to look at it anyway. Maybe they didn't catch you yet. They had to. Yeah, they got you. Yeah. Bros, dude. Bro's a rough. He's a rough customer. He's really good, and he's a really, really sweet guy also, which makes a guy like that worth. I mean, it doesn't hurt that he max enters everything, but he's a tough combination of somebody who's really good and max enters everything. So it's kind of tough to beat guys like that. Not to mention, check this out. He's going to get you with one of his other ones also. Look at this one. This little guy hanging out here in 4th, going to come and grab you also just for pure rubbing value here. Then maybe not. Maybe you hold him off. Let me just see. I did have some Cobb lineups in FanDuel. FanDuel, I was getting just killed. There's no way that did anything. But let me just see, just for the hell of it, what these Outman things look like. No, it's just not good enough. Just not good enough. It's the wrong guy. I don't know. Let's see what Seattle can do. Let's see what you can do, Seattle. Oh, and 8. No. Oh, well. God dang it. Can't Suarez and more. A couple home runs in a row. No. Just asking for trouble, yes. Let's take a look. Oh, let me just take one quick look at FanDuel and see what kind of took to win over there. Yeah, I played 10 of that super Grand Slam thing, and it just did not work out. I mean, it could have been worse, I guess. How many of these cashed? Just a couple. Well, this one wasn't bad. It was the lottery and the monster. Reagan's did not disappoint, by the way. Dude, whatever they're serving, whatever they're feeding them down at AAA, wherever they sent him, it's kind of a shame too. I mean, like, can KC keep a guy like this if he's getting better? I mean, do they have to trade him? I don't know what happens with the low market teams anymore. But let's take a look at the slate for tomorrow. We'll take a quick look. Ooh, as we go to right around 3rd in Arizona. First of all, before I forget, I always have to check this first. So first of all, esports, EU Masters at 11 a.m. I always like clicking on all this just to make sure there's no secret slate here. No good soccer. Tennis, again, like a whole bunch of games. I did put sheets up for that, and I will, I'll be playing that. But again, I'll play the king of the baseline. I'll be playing like the 3 chalkiest optimals, and everything else I'm going to screw around as usual. MMA, again, not till Saturday. It's an early start time because it's in France, 12:30 p.m. NASCAR this week, we have Saturday and Sunday. We'll get into that a little bit later on in the week. No golf, I presume. Well, I mean, there's something. What is this? The Omega. Let's take a look at this. Who's in this thing? The DP World. Dude, 100,000 for first. I'm going to have to play, I guess. Who are these guys? Oh, these are actual players? Oh, dude, we're in. Bobby, what are we doing? I got to look at this. These are like actual golfers. I wasn't aware. Did you know this was happening? DP World to 100,000 for first with an exclamation mark. But that's just double. Double the pleasure. Yeah, Fitzpatrick is the top guy. Let's see. Let's look at some of these dudes that are in this one. Justin Suh, Patrick Harrington, 7,900. Anybody that we've heard of that's like down here? Pepperell, not really. We gotta get Bobby to do some work on these dudes. Wait. Hold on a second here. Hold on. I got a couple for you. Eric Van Rooyen is what's happened to this guy? He is 7K in like a low level dude. Dude, I'm playing. I'm gonna get Eric Van Rooyen in like the worst field of all time at 7K. Bob, are you there? Do you see this somehow? What are you saying? You gonna do any SK for MMA? What does that mean? SK? I don't know what you mean. Oh, State Kings? Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, is that what that means? Yeah, I'll have every week. Yeah. I try to do everything that I play. You know, I don't miss anything. Even some stupid, 1K for first soccer thing, which I did last week. Yeah, definitely. 100% can do MMA. How sharp is the tennis field? It's not that sharp. I mean, but it's listen, it's people play narratives a little bit too much. You do get some good. I'll put it to you another way. Smart. Without doing too much screwing around, most all of my lineups are unique. Even in like 15s, even in like 17, 18 fight match slates, you don't get like these massive dupe lineups. So you can play and you can use the projections and use Saber Sim to create some decent lineups. The sharpest sport, in my opinion, to me, I guess it just has to be basketball. I mean, it's just so hard. I just find it hard. Bobby loves it. Bobby's really good at it. I find it extremely difficult. Just because the projections are good, the you got to be on top of the injuries. You got to be a expert late swapper too. It's really difficult to beat the NBA. I think. Yeah, I mean, you could be. Everybody's got their own opinions, I find basketball extremely difficult. I do. That's just because again, I think the late swap aspect of it is probably, and the late injury news just requires you got to be around the whole time. Also, that's amazing. You shot like hard. You really think basketball is the easiest? I don't know what else you play. Baseball hardest, golf funnest. Yeah. Yeah, to me, golf isn't really fun because you don't really have a sweat until like you have a sweat like Friday in the afternoon, and then like Sunday maybe. You know, That's why I really love MMA. I think MMA is awesome, and I also really like tennis also because they're basically the same sport in a way, but it's a little different. Like oh what's cool about MMA is that like there's one thing going on at once, and everybody is sweating it or anti-sweating it all at the same time, you know. And then you have a little time to breathe between fights, and you can gauge like exactly what you need. You know what I mean? Like you can know exactly what you need and what you're rooting for, and as opposed to basketball, which is like all kinds of stuff going on, and like football with all kinds of stuff going on. You're not exactly sure what you're rooting for. I mean, you know what you're rooting for, but the next thing you know, something else happens. MMA is like kind of all right there in front of you. And you know, like with like getting into that last fight, if X gets this, I can win this amount. You know what I mean? Like, and it's pretty. I find that cool. And the same thing with tennis also. I mean, when you get down to like those last like match or two, you like know exactly what you need, and to me, it makes for a pretty cool sweat as far as I'm concerned. Like basketball, how this is times this happened to you guys, like in baseball or basketball, where you get totally entrenched in some game, you're rooting for something, and then that thing happens. Next thing you know, something else from another game you didn't even consider just happened and just swamped you. Like I'm like, oh, dude, all I need is this guy to get this home run. The next thing you know, he hits the home run, and then meanwhile, in some other game that I forgot about, someone else is getting a grand slam or something like that. So I also think that the sweat in some of the auto racing slates is really poor. Well, that's the thing. The hedge, dude, forget about that, Philly. So I can't even figure it out, but I have given DraftKings so much action in the sports betting place. Not forget MMA, but for tennis, for the exact same reason that you were mentioning, Philly. So if I'm in a tennis sweat and I know I need one guy or whatever, not only can I do stuff like bet on the other the other player, but I could just even bet on the other player to say win the first set because, if I'm going to need a straight set win out of my guy, now I don't even need to hedge with the other guy, to win the fight, win the match. Even just to win the first set is good enough. So I have given them thousands and thousands of vig from all my betting in tennis to hedge, against stuff going on. And then with all the live betting, you could bet on like if you need like some guy to win a set and he's up like 40-15 in a game, that if he gets the break, it puts him you put your DFS lineup so big, you could bet against the other side, plus like 300 in the game. So it provides, the sports betting piece provides incredible opportunities. Where on the other hand, as you're probably alluding to, Philly, you can't really do that in some of these other sports. You can't really do that in basketball and football and baseball and things like that. To use the sports betting piece to do some sort of intelligent hedging. But I will say this, as far as like the analysis and whatever, I will, of all the sports, as far as me absorbing external content, I would say, without giving exact numbers, that the ratio of sport to sport, I think that I absorbed probably 5 times as much MMA content as any other sport on the entire DFS board. I mean, you compare the amount of times I'll watch something on MMA analysis or whatever it is. I have different people I watch or whatever for different reasons. I just really enjoy the breakdowns. I really enjoy the analysis because, a lot of what goes into it is, yes, are the inside the distance props you can derive from the line, but also the styles and the style matchups really do make a great bit of difference. And as you've hopefully seen, I mean, I really enjoy the MMA betting breakdowns. It's a really, really good sport to get contrarian because, for those of you who haven't watched this, what's cool about MMA is that people analyze, and the whole community analyzes these things to death. And the way groupthink works is that one feeds off the other. And by the end of the week, I'm not saying that everybody's on the same side, but everybody is at least settled on a binary outcome. You know, like people are just through all their work, they're saying, okay, either X wins this way or Y wins that way. And all the props are completely juiced towards those narratives. You know, like Terrence McKinney either wins round one or his opponent wins round two. And that's the only way this fight can end. You know, and when you have a sport that is so ripe with chaos, such as MMA, I promise you that if you bet on those outcomes, which contain the extremely groupthink generated narrative, you're betting stuff that's terribly valued. You know, so what I would love to do is just basically absorb all the content, see what is the easy narrative to tell, and just basically fade it. I'm not saying do the opposite necessarily, but just know like what types of things are just ignored that chaos can still kind of provide. And MMA is a great sport to do that because you know people forget that these are aggressive fighters in there that when something happens in the ring or in the octagon, all planning goes out the window. You know, just because people want to believe that it's like a controlled environment here. I mean, these people go freaking bananas out there. So just to say, okay, if either XYZ wins in round one or B wins in round two, it's not that easy. I still don't actually like fully watching it as much. I actually don't even mind sometimes. This is really bizarre, but I won't mind actually having the ESPN app up and just watching the stats compile as opposed to actually watching the fight. I don't know why that is. I mean, I sometimes really enjoy it, but sometimes it is sometimes sort of tough for me to watch, just because of the violence and stuff. Maybe I'm like a wimp like that, whatever. But I'll tell you this: going live to those fights, that's pretty freaking insane, man. I mean, I didn't know anything about MMA, and my friend just always went. And when I got into betting it, I went with him. And now, whenever they're in town, I'll come to watch. I mean, that is an environment and a half, like going to a live MMA event. It's just, listen, the view is not great, I have to say. I mean, the view, unless you're sitting right there, the view is 1,000,000% better on the TV. I mean, but the environment is just so cool that I definitely recommend that. However, let me just finish up again by saying that I'm gonna do this golf thing. I hope there are projections. Then again, I almost hope there are not projections, because this is what I'm gonna be playing Eric Van Rooyen. That's what I'm gonna do. I mean, you got all these guys that literally this is heavy duty analysis, right? They have all these guys I've never heard of that are higher than him. And I've heard of him. So I'm going to play him at 7K and just shuffle all this other stuff. Moronk, I guess, I don't even know who else to play. I guess Fitzpatrick is probably strong. But so I'm gonna play this. Now, when is this? August 31 at 140. So I gotta remember to put these in right. So I'll try to do sheets for them, but I'm definitely going to play this. And let me take one more look at the lobbies here and see what's up. Let's see the Dodgers. Well, Seattle's not done yet. Well, the A's are. Hold on, I'm going to have to reset this. Hang on. Yeah, so it looks as though the Dodgers are going to the bottom of the eighth. This is their last at bat. A's are finished. They won. I mean, and it's not a good day as far as DFS goes, for me at least. All right, so I guess that's all I got for you guys. Oh, no, you know what I was doing before I was so rudely interrupted by myself? I wanted to get to see what the MLB slate looked like tomorrow. And I'm I'm glad I did, because I noticed that there's a 1:05 p.m. start time. So I am going to be live at 12 for that. Let's take a look quickly and just see what that looks like. Excuse me. So you're going to have Woodruff against Chicago. We got to watch the win there. Valdez against Boston. Logan Webb against Cincy. That could be interesting. Sonny Gray against Cleveland. Maybe. Cease against Baltimore. Let's see. Hunter Green against San Francisco. Bassett, Gibson. Ooh, Reed Detmers is pretty cheap against Philly. Sanchez, pretty cheap against the Angels. Crawford, Corbin against Rich Hill. Mikolas at 5,600. I mean, ugh, I don't know. Anyway, we'll take a look at that tomorrow, and we'll definitely go live at 1. And I hope this was somewhat informative.